Yep, let's do it.
And we are off. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first game of the spring Western Regional Middle School Esports Conference Fall 3v3 League. And we're already off to a quick start. We have our first goal already by the side of the Sundale Alpha Mustangs. So we're off to a quick start already. I'm joined by my co-coach, Mr. Nathaniel Niemeyer.
Hi, how's everybody doing today? Excited to be here for some good Rocket League.
And he can't currently see the game, so I'll stream the game to him. There we go.
Why, thank you. What a good man.
And we're already off to a quick start. It's we're definitely not playing a slow game today. So I think it's only prudent for us to kind of say what's going on. I know a lot of people in the audience probably are new to Rocket League. So, Mr. Niemeyer, how would you describe Rocket League to someone who is seeing it for the first time?
Well, I would try to relate it to something that they've seen before. Like, I would probably either say hockey or like real life soccer, but you just drive around and hit a very large ball around into the goal. But the rules are fairly close to soccer. With scoring and offense and defense, I guess you can't really hit this much in soccer. But yeah, it's definitely a fun animated version of some soccer, some car soccer.
Right now, we're seeing somewhat of a stalled out game between the Mustangs and the Griffins. So, for those of you watching on the side of Sundale, welcome. For those of you watching on the side of GIS, Sundale is a school from, I believe, I'll have to look that up, from California. I'll ask the coach while I'm sending him the link to the stream.
Nice goal.
And we've got our first goal. I believe that's Alejandro on the side of GIS to tie up the game. So a pretty tame experience so far. I think the players are a little bit shy, this being the first game of the season. We don't see a lot of air ball right now. What do you think is going on, Mr. Niemeyer?
Yeah, it's looking like it's kind of slow right now. Not really a lot of back and forth, more just a lot of play up in the middle. But as I say that, it looks like they're going to score, and they do. Just a floating ball. The far defender comes up and takes a deep shot.
Oh, and the strategic
and the
boom. Yeah, you can see. So one of the interesting things about this game is that players can foul one another, or can knock each other out without getting any fouls. It's considered part of the game. So for instance, there we saw what should have been an easy defense completely negated by a well-timed boom on the side of the Mustangs. And I think we've got our MVP already lined up for at least this game, because Papa Curry here has sunk 3 balls in a row. See a 2-man drive, and I definitely see that that the Mustangs are just aiming for those booms. GIS.
Nice shot.
Ooh. Yeah, on a
save.
Yeah, that was such a close save right there. But that's what the Mustangs get for playing with three aggressive positions. And ball goes the way of GIS. Bounce off the wall from Mustangs. A close shot.
Maybe you'll get a rebound.
That was a close.
That really
that could have been
back.
a rebound. That was a clean flick right there from Flexrid. I forget. That's one of our newer players, Mr. Jared. So to our audience, the players that you're watching here are actually in the highest ranked league of the Western Regional Middle School Esports Conference. So these players consist of not only some of the best middle school Rocket League players in the country, but also some of the best players in the country. These the bracket that they compete on to get their rank is universal, all ages, all countries. Well, actually, I think it's just a U.S. server, but all regions or all ages at least. So these students are rated somewhere between platinum and diamond, or even supersonic champion. These are really high-rated players.
Ooh, that was close.
Ooh, I think that really came down to luck too. That was just lucky that wasn't an own goal from GIS. We got 20 seconds on the clock. So this isn't the end of the series for GIS. Even
Is
though
it best of 3 or best of 5?
it's best of 5. So they
Best of
have
5.
2 more games.
Ooh.
Yeah, a bit of a miss from there. But we've got 2 more games. This is a full series. And congratulations, the Alpha Mustangs, with a convincing game 1. Yeah, a wonderful game 1.
You see the shots are even, though. 5 shots apiece.
Oh, yeah, I do see that, yeah. I think it really comes down to that, the timing.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes even luck, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So I am not the biggest Rocket League player in the world. What would you tell to our spectators? What should they be looking for right now?
Well, really, you should just be looking for... Ooh, not sure what happened right there. Maybe we should watch this replay, and then I'll get back to it. I'm not sure what...
From the looks of it, the GIS players are having a little bit of trouble joining. Yeah, it just looks like a bit of a slow join on the side of GIS. But it looks like the Mustang. Oh, I should stream the game. I realize I'm not showing the footage for the game. So what we just saw was Mustangs getting an early goal based off of GIS players not having joined yet. So the Mustangs seem to, in an act of good sportsmanship, trade back a goal. But that was not good sportsmanship. That was just GIS, or that was just GIS getting a goal, a clean goal off on the Mustangs. So if anyone in the audience is a little confused about what I'm talking about, so this is all being done remotely. We're all at home right now. I'm sitting here in my pajamas. Mr. Niemeyer, I'm sure, is he's got his. You got a cat or a dog, Nate?
I got 4 dogs.
Well, I'm sure you're chilling at home with your dogs.
Yep.
So we should expect, a modicum of technical issues. And this is
as it happens all the time remotely,
Yeah.
online school.
And this is
Here
middle
every
school esports. We're not taking it too seriously here, but apparently Alejandro Lucero is. He is taking it to him. That's a goal each for each of the Griffins. But I don't think this is the end of the game yet. 3-1 isn't, and
No, 4 minutes left. There's plenty of time. Anything could happen.
oh,
That's one of the things about Rocket League is it's really hard to get comfortable.
and, GIS getting in their own demolition there. A nice drive on the side of GIS, but just no one there to sink it, you know? Clean defense. So, Mr. Niemeyer, do you have any of these students in your classes? We've got Jared Hernandez, Ari, and Alejandro here. Do you know any of these students from school?
Yep, I got Alejandro, and actually he was promoting the club pretty recently in my class. He had a little presentation. It was really cool.
That's one of the good parts of this club too. It builds a lot of independence and leadership qualities. I know Alejandro came in. I remember the first day he was in the club, and he had completely no idea what was going on, and was asking me all these questions. But now he's the one setting up the practices and organizing the players.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's something really cool, especially that we can do to kind of have some teamwork and some camaraderie remotely. So definitely works out right now. I'm happy this is kind of taken off too.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't think any of us mind that we get to play a little bit of video games at school.
Right?
Yeah. But the big thing is, like, this club allows people who have never previously been able to compete, or maybe students who haven't had any activity at school that they were interested in, and now they can not only participate in this school activity, but also develop these leadership skills that otherwise you can't really develop in school.
Definitely.
Yeah. Shout out to our admin. I know Sarah Carrillo, our principal, was planning on showing up tonight. So shout out to her. Let me check the chat while I'm at it too. I have 2 monitors, and let me tell you, 2 monitors is not enough for doing a live stream setup. I have learned that. I have learned that this year.
Yep, I actually bought a desk for work and gaming now, and it's so nice. I got my 2 monitors going too, but I also feel like it's not enough sometimes.
And we've seen the score kind of. We've been talking about random stuff because the score has kind of stagnated for the last 3 minutes. We've got some exciting. Yeah. We've got some exciting play, but I feel like each team is still shaking off some of the nerves. And I know GIS is kind of playing a defensive holding pattern here, while it does look like on the side of the Mustangs,
that was almost a little bit of a lucky goal.
Yeah,
a double bounce off the wall.
That was a bit of a lack of coordination there. Yeah, it's just an awkward spot to be in. So I know, Mr. Niemeyer, that one of the big aspects of this game is like flow and moving around the field as efficiently as possible. Mm-hmm. So how do you manage that in this game? Manage that flow?
Oh, the big thing is communication, because you always want somebody in certain positions for, like if one's dribbling, you're going to want one in the middle for him to cross it to you. If one's in the left setting it up and one's in the middle, you want to have one back just in case you get a freakish bounce. You don't want them to get a free goal. So a lot of it is communication.
And that's
the for GIS.
Yeah, that's the Griffins tying up the series. So with that, now it's kind of a tied up series. We've got 2 games, or 1 game to 1 game. This is a best of 5, which means that whichever team makes it to 3 wins will win the entire series. Let's hope that we don't have any. Let's hope we don't have any problems moving into the next game with any of our players. I'm sure that the last game was just a fluke, because especially in these early games, sometimes players will forget, like, oh wait, I'm supposed to get ready for the next game. We see a lot of that. We're moving into our third match, game 3 of 5. It's currently tied up. So let's try to be impartial. I know we're both here.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, let's try to be impartial for a second. What do you think? Where do you think this series is going to go from here?
Well, it's hard to say, because the first game it was a pretty comfortable win, but the second game I feel like I would say the same for GIS. So I'm really curious as to where the series will go based off this game. Now that you said the rust is kind of shaken off, they kind of have felt each other out a little bit. So I'm pretty curious to see how it's going to go. I feel like this game right here will tell a little bit more about how the future of the series will go.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like, I saw a lot of confidence. Honestly, as a coach, I was pretty scared after the first game. I looked at the first game and I saw, oh, they have some, really good players. The Mustangs have a really good chance at this game. The second game, they kind of entered a pass. They were kind of passive, which was strange.
Yeah, and you saw the shot difference last game. I believe it was around 7-2. So.
Yeah. Oh well, their
first goal.
Yeah, congratulations, General Apple, landing a Season 2 tournament winner right there. We've got an OG player. These kids may only be 13, but they've been playing these games for the majority of their lives.
Yeah, I've been playing Rocket League for about 5-6 years. It's a very fun game.
Oh, we had a little awkward moment there. Ari Medina passing the ball. Ooh. Yeah, an excellent save there. So as you can,
it's scary when the ball's bouncing very light right there, because it's hard to move it out of a certain zone. So as a defensive player, that's not a good spot to be in.
Ooh, that is so painful to watch. Yeah, that is. So one of the things you can learn about this game is that it's all about momentum, as we're talking about earlier. These players, when they're incapable of maintaining momentum, when they get stalled out, stuck under the ball, they have to leave. If you stay under the ball, it's impossible to build up any momentum over distance. That's why this is such a powerful team game, because it requires you to trust your teammates that if you move the ball into a good position, that they will be right behind you, and they will have built up their own momentum to continue the push.
Yep, and for people who don't play this game, you'll see on the sides those orange things that are lit up. Those are boosts. So give a big push when you're trying to get some momentum too.
Oh, and an own goal there. And it's a shame, because if you look, there's a GIS goalie right there, and they're just not ready to go. This game has been entirely one-sided. I think that this kind of speaks to the... Oh, we have a fun little kickoff there. This kind of speaks to the inconsistency of students at this stage of the season, because we see here that like we have easily blockable goals that are being missed, but also this is not how the previous scoreline or the previous game scoreline went. And just like that,
that was a good goal. They needed that.
That was an absurd goal.
You need a little bit of confidence when it starts getting this one-sided.
Yeah,
let you know you're still in it.
They need 3 quick goals to tie it up. They have 30 seconds per goal. And I don't know how they're going to get it. I don't know. Maybe I should just go get something to drink because I don't even know what to say about what's happening right now.
Like I was saying earlier, you can never get comfortable in this game.
Is that what you think is happening? That the Mustangs are just kind of sitting on their lead right now?
It's hard to say. Whenever you draw back and just play defensive the entire time, in a game like this, all you really need is a few good shots.
Clean defense there from Jared. And GIS has almost tied up the score. I guess they just recovered from their. Have you ever heard the term Hibs before?
Oh, the Hibs, yeah.
Yeah. The head
Not
and
very often I do hear that.
yeah, the head and butt syndrome. I think GIS has recovered from their Hibs, and they're playing a bit more aggressively here. Having somebody, they seem to have a dedicated goalie too, which covers a lot of those early major mistakes.
Yeah, and it covers a lot of the communication because you kind of already know where somebody's gonna be.
Yeah. Such a triple commit, and that leaves their goal open if the Mustangs lose the ball. That was a comedy of errors. We had two GIS players colliding, and there's no goalie.
Oh, what a save!
I think that was just slightly off shot. We'll see. We
Hard
got,
to say. Oh, that looks
and
like
that's
a
a
goal.
tied score. This is anyone's game. So whoever wins this game does not win the series, but they hold the position of match point, where whoever wins this game, if they win the next game, they win the whole series and they walk home with the W. To put in perspective, this is a 7-week season, so we will have 7 games this season, a single round robin tournament. And then we'll be going against the potentially whatever teams make it to playoffs will be competing in the playoffs. But the ball is set up right now for a clean GIS goal, but nobody's there. We got 10 seconds on the clock. What's going to happen, Miss Neymar?
I'm gonna say I'm feeling
close.
overtime, and then that goal started to make me nervous.
That was... Oh, wow. This is close. This is some nail-biter. I know that this is... And a boom on one of the Mustangs. That means that they're down to 2 players, but does it matter? And that's a revenge boom coming through. Let's see. And General Apple just dribbles it right past 2 GIS members. 1 GIS member out the door, but they've got the ball. It's in the air. Let's see who will recover. GIS, it's open. GIS grabs it. Come on, it's Sundale. It's your ball now. Let's see. It's all about who can get to that ball first and whose team will actually continue. It's open. It's in a clean position for Sundale. If they position it a little better, that'll be a goal. And right as the GIS goalie moves out of position, a lucky flick right there. An unintentional goal, but a goal's a goal.
Mm-hmm. It's a sad one to lose.
And that's match point for Alpha Mustangs. If they win the next match, they win the whole thing. We'll be taking a short break.
Very aggressive game, too.
Okay, and we are back. We are back with our fourth and potentially final game of the series. If the Mustangs win this, they win the whole thing, and they get the first game of the season under their belts. The ball's in a good position for GIS and sunk by Alejandro Lucero. Coming out ready to play, apparently. I don't know. After all that, Mr. Niemeyer, I think I need to. Oh, I need to present the game again, don't I? Because you can't see it.
Yes, you do.
That's the production value that we love here at GIS. And the deflection there by Ari. Honestly, after that intense sudden death, I don't really know what to say. I think it's time to cool down a little bit, think about what these players need to do.
Yeah, it's tough. Last game was so crazy because it's just such a lead from the beginning, and good comeback, and then overtime was very close too. I mean, it was a goal that wasn't it wasn't a well built up goal. It was more kind of a lucky bounce. So I'm pretty curious to see how this game will go.
The GIS players definitely.
Nice save.
It would have been really unfortunate for them to have 3 goalies and still get scored on.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. GIS taking a drive down the middle, giving it up. They can see that there was a clean defense against them. Ari, here we can see Alejandro Lucero trying to get some momentum on that ball, but he can't. He can't. You have to come at the ball from a distance with some boost to get any kind of momentum. Good little flick. Let's see if it translates into anything. Oh, a good position for GIS, but they weren't expecting it. So it's all tied up now. I think this is the time for us to talk about other things. So as I mentioned, this is a 7-week long season, and an unattentive goalie and a clean shot from, I think, our series MVP.
Top shelf.
Yeah. I've seen those hands make a heart more times than I can count this series. Because I can't count very high. I'm a band teacher.
I let my computers do the count for me. I'm a technology teacher.
It's an air ball, and GIS picks it up, but I think that's... Yeah, the Mustangs have had a really good had a really good time about keeping an aggressive ball. They're an enthusiastic commit from Jared, little off. Oh, and another bad deflection there from GIS. That was almost a goal. If the Mustangs can manage to get a good shot, because they've had some good shots lined up, they're just not able to sink them this game. Clean deflection on the side of the Mustangs.
Oh, and it was a goal. It looked like it was off the post a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. If we take the slow-mo on that, I think we'll see it. Yeah, that was off the post.
Okay.
Not a bad one. It could have gone either way, and it decided to go the way of GIS today. So it's tied up. The Mustangs, if they win this, they win the whole thing. So I really think it could go either way still. I'm not convinced the game is over, but let's see if I've just cursed GIS because they have no goalie. 1 inch to the side, and that would have been an uncontested goal.
A very good shot from deep too. That was quite impressive.
Yeah, that was clean. That was clean.
Very clean.
One of the so to anyone who's watching this who's never watched any higher skilled Rocket League than this before, in professional Rocket League, generally the players never touch the ground. They're constantly moving around. And they're performing like all these aerial acrobatics because the ball moves faster in the air. If it's on the ground, then it's losing momentum. Two good shots from GIS, but neither one of them landing. And don't tell me we're going into another overtime. This series is a treat. Going into an overtime. Oh, yeah, that's it. Land on the ground. There we go. Okay, Mustangs have 1 goal to win the game. GIS has 1 goal to not lose the game. Whew! Good shot there off the wall from Papa Curry. See, GIS playing a little bit scared and defensive. They know that their entire match lives on this. And you know what? It's over. General Apple with their 5th goal of the series. Ending it cleanly.
It was a really good series, though. I don't want to take anything away from either of the teams. It was a very good series, very entertaining.
Yeah, once they took the once they sped it up a little bit, shook out those jitters, they were able to bring it home. Yeah, good job. Good job, Mustangs. And to everybody, I hope that you enjoyed watching this wonderful game of Rocket League. Now, if you're a student and you're thinking, whoa, what did I just watch? I want to do that. Then contact Mr. Allen or Mr. Niemeyer or just anyone at GIS, and you should be able to get into it. That was a wonderful series. I'm really glad that the players managed to shake off the jitters and get into it. So, from everybody here at GIS, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and we'll see you again next Thursday.